to get the chemistry right in this side. They picked a strange enough forward line last year, I felt. On that occasion, over 70 minutes, Cork scored 4 goals. They've scored 3 inside 17 minutes already. Meanwhile, Cormac Bonner with Tip needing a score. Stopped by Ger Cunningham. Conal Bonner over there, letting that one go off the stick of Tomas Mulcahy. It'll be a sideline ball for Tipperary. Well, after a very even start to this match in the opening 6-7 minutes, that 3-goal blitz then in the space of about 10 minutes has certainly given Cork a decided edge. Declan Ryan. They've so many potential stars in their side, none more so than Nicky English here to win this game yet for them. Nicky English has a shot blocked down well. Blocked down by Shorty McCarthy. Runs out here to Jim Cashman. Cashman getting there ahead of John Lahey, but it ends up being a sideline cut.
Jared Tipper struggling in so many positions at the moment. I'd say they don't really know where to start switching around, but what they need to do with this is just keep taking their points and try and haul themselves back into the game. It's a bit like me yesterday. You've been beaten in so many positions, you just don't know what to do, and all you've got to do is dig deep and try and haul yourself back into the game. I know it's Babs Keating giving Conor O'Donovan some advice up there in the full back line, and they need it badly.
Sean O'Gorman clearing his lines. Joe Hayes comfortably under it. Sullivan slipping. Cathal Casey taking it with style, driving it out defiantly. Bobby Ryan going across in a race for possession with Kevin Hennessy. Hennessy won it, but the ball has gone to a Tipperary man, to Conal Bonner. Down towards Michael Cleary, who got the first point of this match. Cashman. Again, a very fine clearance up through the middle. Kevin Hennessy beginning to roam. Certainly dominating that battle with Conor O'Donovan so far, as Ger Fitzgerald, the 2-goal hero, watches that clearance from Ken Hogan come out towards Joe Hayes. Runs on to an unmarked John Lahey, getting away from his man just for a moment. The support from Declan Ryan if he needs it. It's still Lahey. What a great run forward. Nicky English. Oh, they need a score badly, and Lahey might provide it. He's got the goal. John Lahey with a goal after 20 minutes. That's changed the picture. An injection of confidence now for Tipperary.
Great goal by Lahey here, Ger. Tip need a score badly, whether a point or a goal, and he races inside John Considine. Takes on Jim Cashman here again. Hand passes to Nick English, who looks as if he might have a chance for goal himself. But Cork are crowding him, ball breaks loose. And in fairness to Lahey, he kept going. Gathered the ball well and stuck into the far corner of the net from a difficult angle. Good goal by John Lahey.
4 points the margin. Cork the leaders. The incentive great. Tipperary wanting to prove a point. Cormac Bonner trying to round Jim Cashman. A good run forward. It's wide. Bonner complaining that it might well have gone off the defender, and that is the first wide for Tipperary in this game. We've had only 3 wides in all, 2 of those to Cork. A disgruntled Cormac Bonner. Ger Cunningham's puck out. Ger today playing in his 36th championship match. Bobby Ryan. Well, Tip now will get a lot of heart from that goal from John Lahey, having been out of it. In towards Nicky English, stopped by John Considine. Fox is there, coming to Tip's rescue, setting up the pass inside here for Declan Ryan to advance and take his point. His first score. But now there's just a goal between the teams.
Good play again here by Pat Fox, who spotted Declan Ryan loose. And as I said earlier, this is just what Tip need to do to haul themselves back into the game. They haven't been playing well, but that's a good score by Declan Ryan. And it keeps Tip well in touch, even though you could say they've been outplayed in so many positions throughout the field.
In a strange way, that second goal by Ger Fitzgerald a while back has in fact woken up this Tipperary team. Hennessy again, trying to feed off the ball. And in the end it's whipped away outside by Ger Fitzgerald. Michael Babs Keating, the Tipperary coach and manager, who's been in charge of the side now since the 1987 season. Donny Nealon there beside him, and they have a big task on hands this afternoon, but there are only 22 minutes gone, and it's 12 points to 9, or 3-3 for Cork, 1-6 for Tipperary, in a match which we're bringing you live this afternoon from Páirc. Conall Bonner. Stopped by O'Gorman. Fox with a lovely pick-up. Driven over to the far corner towards Nicky English, who hasn't scored so far in the game. And he hasn't scored yet. John Considine, colleague of his at UCC and Fitzgibbon Cup teams, did a good job marking him last year. Although Nicky did manage to get a goal and 2 points in that match, but generally speaking, Considine was thought to have done a very fine job. Declan Carr, Tipperary captain, watching for Paul Delaney to come in with Joe Hayes here, half blocked down by Brendan O'Sullivan. Hayes trying to advance, Lahey making himself available, still Hayes. Nicky English, as Considine has slipped. English in the clear then. Chance of a first score here for Nicky English, steadying himself. And again, he's miscued. The angle was tight enough. Might have done his confidence an awful lot of good, but he knows he just needs a score or two to find his rhythm.
Well, indeed, Jared, there are two great chances by Nicky English, and they could prove costly. But fairness to Tipperary, they've knuckled down well, they've battled themselves back into the game. And I think Nicky could even have taken that ball in a bit further and try and commit more to the Cork defenders to come and tackle him.
Mark Foley trying to break that one down, but only as far as Lahey, pursued by Shawnee McCarthy. Back to Bobby Ryan, minus the stick. Supported here. Conall Bonner comes to Declan Ryan. Over the head of Nicky English, on towards Cormac Bonner, providing the hand pass inside for English. The ace predator coming forward. Went for the goal rather than the point. Stopped by Ger Cunningham. 10 minutes to go to half-time. And it's 3-3 for Cork. Tipperary 1-6. Translated into points, that's 12 against 9. O'Sullivan against Conall Bonner, with Lahey there too. Tony O'Sullivan dropping it in. Batted out by Paul Delaney expertly. But now he has to run after it himself. Madden. Michael Cleary in the clash of the ash with Cathal Casey. And the linesman signalling that it's going to be a Tipperary ball. John Madden's the one who's going to take it. Played, I think, out of position last year at corner back, but in the league he's moved to wing back, where his talent has been given fuller expression. Lahey going away to the left hand side. Cormac Bonner pursuing it, and in the end it's going to be a 65. So the game's first 65 coming to Tipperary. Richard Brown back in the championship action for Cork this afternoon. A dentist based in Kent. He's been practicing in the Youghal area over the recent months by way of getting back into the championship fray for Cork.
There's quite an important score, 65 here now for Tipperary, in that they've had a few bad wides, and I think they just need another point to keep them in touch and keep them hammering away at Cork's lead.
Michael Cleary's the taker, and he's missed it. Score of 2 points so far, but those are 3 misses now, 2 by English and 1 by Cleary.
It's interesting though that Tipperary are certainly getting more to play in the half forward now, where John Lahey, Declan Ryan and Michael Cleary are starting to come into the game a bit more, and they need to, and get the ball into the inside forwards, where Cormac Bonner is starting to pose a bit of a threat to the Cork backs.
It sails into the Cork half forward line, met by Mark Foley. Conall Bonner going back there, trying to deny Ger Fitzgerald some space. Cork with possession then, and the sideline cut will be taken by Shawnee McCarthy. Well, the last one he cut in very nearly caused consternation inside for Tipperary, with John Fitzgibbon denied in the end by Ken Hogan. This is a poor one, missed by Joe Hayes. Tony O'Sullivan taking it at the second attempt. Knew he'd be hooped, so hand passed it across to Mark Foley, blocked down by Bobby Ryan. The race for possession over there, Conall Bonner number 7, Tomas Mulcahy, last year's Cork captain, number 10. Out to Hayes, 65 metres out from his own goal line, down towards Nicky English. Over the head with John Considine now going back. In very greasy conditions, treacherous underfoot, and in the end, John Fitzgibbon overheld. The referee decides, so it'll be a free for Tipperary. Considine, the player who overheld. free to Tipperary, 20 metres out. And the referee, I think, just telling somebody that there are just over 7 minutes to go to half-time.
Again, they're not an easy free for Cleary, but he'll be hoping to point this and peg back that lead to 2 points. They've missed a couple of chances, as I said already, and it's not an easy free, but at this level you'd expect them to score it.
He hasn't. He's missed it again. So the miss is now mounting up somewhat, and Tipperary with 5 wides in all against 3 for Cork. Only 7 frees in all. Well, I'm making 8 frees, in fact, in all in the first half. 1 of the frees to Cork, 7 to Tipperary. But essentially the game has flown quite well. Tony O'Sullivan dropped in towards Kevin Hennessy. And again, the Tipperary backs having to be very tight on their men. Finally, it's Ken Hogan who watches that one. Stepped out over the end line for another 65. This will be Cork's first. Once again, it's turned out to be a very damp and misty afternoon. Can't remember too many Munster finals played in dampness and mist. Normally it's high summer, but then this is a very odd summer. Cathal Casey of St Catherine's and UCC. Showing the way. A second point, one from play earlier on, a fabulous long-range point. This is 65 and showing the tip men how it's done.
Well, Jerome, as you say, it must be a sickening for Tipperary to see Cathal Casey so effortlessly pointing that one, and they're the sort of scores at this level you need to take in for to win All Irelands.
Well, that he did. Meanwhile, back in midfield is John Lahey here. Brendan O'Sullivan comes out to Declan Carr. No great length in it, and Jim Cashman defiantly back into the heart of the Tipperary backs once again. Mishpan O'Sheahy, Conal Bonner so going back. Tipperary is having a lot of trouble holding their footing. It's Conor O'Donovan now. Stopped. John Fitzgibbon. Daylight robbery then as he picked that one up brilliantly. The back's closing him, however. Tony O'Sullivan. Space difficult to find here in Páirc. Kevin Hennessy going across. Bobby Ryan trying to close him down, and it's Hennessy has found the range from about 20 metres out. So Kevin Hennessy now the scorer of a goal and the point.
It's a good score here again by Kevin Hennessy, but in the build-up to that play, Declan Carr in the middle of the field had the ball on his own and struck it about 10 yards on the ground, where it cleared right back into the Tipperary full back line, and Kevin turns onto his right hand and hits a good score. But it's noticeable that Tipperary are not settling on the ball. They're just that bit jumpy in their play, and Cork are quicker to the break and delivering the ball a bit better into the forward line.
So 2 rapid points then from Cork means that the gap is 5. Ger Fitzgerald can't take it up onto his stick. Tomas Mulcahy having switched across to this left-hand side momentarily, shaping up for another one which tails to the left. 4 minutes to go to half-time, and scoreline reading Cork 3 goals and 5 points, Tipperary 1 goal and 6.
I think it's also noticeable, Gerald, as breeze is stiffening up a bit and it's favouring Cork at the moment, and if it keeps blowing like that in the second half, it'll be a big advantage to Tipperary.
Conor O'Donovan then in need of some attention. A knee injury causing him some distress, but the wind that Jimmy was mentioning there, you'll judge from the national flag there over the scoreboard. It's a diagonal breeze favouring Cork, as you say, but blowing across towards the lofty heights of Montenotte as well. Well, O'Donovan has had several injuries which has curtailed his career. As we say, he missed last year's Munster final. He was a sub that day, but had been injured before that. There's no real chance of him making it. Declan Carr, who captains the side today by virtue of Holy Cross Ballycahill's long-awaited success in the county championship last year in Tipperary. And a sub, it seems, ready to come in very shortly. Michael Ryan of Upperchurch came in, of course, in place of John Kennedy in the semi-final against Limerick when Conal Bonner wasn't available. The sub continues to warm up, but Conor O'Donovan is okay, can continue. It was all by way of precaution. Well, Tip, I'm sure, will consider some alterations during half-time, a chance for them to address and assess their strategy.
I think they'll have to make changes. I wouldn't be surprised if Noel Sheehy goes in full back, because Conor O'Donovan's struggling very badly against Kevin Hennessy, and they